Yikes. I'm so sorry.
No worries.
Angry over there.
Boom.
She didn't think you looked awake enough.
Wake up.
There's nothing like a good 12-inch nonstick skillet. You crack an egg into it, and just a few minutes later, a beautiful fried egg slides out. We also love them for stir fries, seared salmon, quesadillas, and more.
We've spent hundreds of hours testing nonstick skillets over the years. We bought these 9 skillets and we tested them in 3 areas: performance, ease of use, and durability to find the best.
We did 50 eggs at the beginning and end of testing, beef and broccoli stir fry, frittatas, sautéed peas with different users of all different hand sizes and skill levels.
And we also did our durability testing.
Oh yeah, then we beat them
Thermal
up.
shock and whacking them on a cinder block.
We're gonna show you all why the winner won. Lisa, let's start breaking some eggs.
Our first test with nonstick skillets is a dry egg test. This is an industry standard test, and it really tests the durability of the coating and the releasability of the coating. It's a performance test. So Hannah's just checking that at the center of the pan hits 350. We're gonna drop an egg. There's no fat in the pan. It gets cooked for 2.5 minutes, and then we're gonna try to lift it out. And we're gonna repeat this 50 times in each pan and make sure that it continues to release. Then we do other cooking tests and we come back and do it again at the end to see how good that coating is.
People always ask us too, like, what do we do with all the eggs? We eat them. We send all staff emails like, come get your eggs, and people love eggs.
Oh yeah, definitely, all times of the day. So we've got the timer going, this egg is frying, and then we're gonna see how it releases. This first pan is by OXO. Look at that, woo. So the OXO is great, released perfectly, no fat needed. Let's go on to the next pan.
All right, so we've got the calfalon here. It's got a lid, which is nice.
Not bad, not bad.
All right, excellent release from the calfalon. On to the next pan.
So this is the all-clad. It's a fully tri-ply pan under a coating of nonstick. Tri-ply is 2 layers of stainless around a layer of aluminum, and that gives you really even heating and no hot spots the way a thinner pan might give you.
Ooh, gorgeous release, look at
Nice.
that. And remember, there's no fat in these pans, so that really is impressive.
It's really all on the coating.
All right, so we have a Cuisinart here.
There we go.
Yeah, smooth release there. No surprises here because this is what we saw in our in-kitchen testing. All of the pans did great on performance, but we didn't like all of these pans. It really came down to ease of use and durability. So let's go on to our next round, ease of use. Okay, so we are in the ease of use round here. We are making beef and broccoli stir fry because there are a lot of stages here. You're adding stuff to the pan, you're flipping food. You really can look at how the pan is to handle.
So this is the Tefal Professional Nonstick. It has this red dot in the center, and one of the nice things about it is that when the pan is at 350, it turns a solid red, and that lets you know the pan is preheated. And the thing that's actually dangerous about nonstick, the fumes that it gives off when it gets past 500 degrees are dangerous. So by putting oil in, which has a smoke point around 400 in general for vegetable oil, you're not going to hit the 500 without knowing about it. When this oil starts to smoke, you're getting into that danger zone. Okay, so we're going to add some beef to our oil, which is hot. And this has a sauce on it, so it's going to brown and thicken. This isn't bad. It's real comfortable silicone coated handle, although we prefer a metal handle. This isn't bad to hold. You should give that a lift.
Yeah, no, it's nice and light.
Yeah. The sides are a little bit low, but they're flaring, and that helps evaporation, so they kind of tilt outward.
Ready?
Yep. Okay. So now we're seeing a little more of a capacity issue.
And you have to be a little cautious when you're stirring, right?
Right, yes. I'm moving food around, but I'm trying to make sure that it doesn't just end up on the stove instead of on our plate.
Let's see, this feels pretty good. It feels like I can really rotate things around in there. It has a great shape. The balance feels good. I gotta say the capacity's a little,
Yeah.
you're on the edge. All right, we've got the OXO here.
This is a nice shape. Well, the sides are about the right height, I think.
There's nice visibility. Like I can see, some of the more cupped ones, you kind of have to look straight down at it. Now here you see everything. There's good evaporation, nice broad surface area. Mm-hmm. This handle's a little shorter and I like that.
Yeah, sometimes we found some of them, the handles are so long that while you're lifting it, it's like poking you in the forearm, or you have to hold your arm up in some funny way to avoid the length of that handle.
This brushed steel, so there's like a slight grip to it.
And look at that
This is
flipping.
nice and light.
I like when they just have economy of design. They don't put a lot of extra junk on it. It's just what you need and no more. And that's a real art in pan design that you don't see often enough.
Wow.
This one is more bowl-shaped. It's got very high, straight sides, almost like a sauté pan.
This is heavy. My wrist is killing me and it digs into me there.
Skillets are supposed to be very maneuverable. When you see a helper handle, that's a sign this pan is pretty heavy and you kind of need to use both of them to lift and move the pan. But most of the time when you're using a skillet, you're using your other hand, you're moving the food. That just adds weight on that side of the pan for no reason.
Fast take, Lisa hates helper handles.
I don't need the help. Yeah, it's got a decent shape. The walls are a little bit on the higher side, which, you know, makes it easier to stir.
I gotta say though,
Yes.
this handle
Man overboard.
is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's so long you can't stand next to it, bumping into it.
I mean, I am pregnant, but still. I feel so far away when I'm tossing this, like I don't have the best control.
It's awkward. It feels like, see how it's hitting my arm? Okay, well, that was it for our ease of use round. Let's go to my favorite part, durability.
Time to get out some rage. All right, so we are looking at durability now.
Now we're heating the pan up. We're gonna heat it up to 400, and then we're gonna plunge it in this bucket of ice water. And that is gonna simulate thermal shock, which we all do again when we're cooking and then we run the hot pan under the cold tap. But metal does not like to be thermally shocked, to go from hot to cold or cold to hot very quickly. It makes it warp. And it also tends to, in these cases, sometimes loosen the handles. No one is going to heat their pan to 400 and plunge it in ice water. This is an extreme example. We're trying to accelerate what's going to happen over years of use. Here we go.
Yeah,
But for the most part,
this looks pretty good.
this one held up.
Rock solid.
Yeah, handle's good too. Just bouncing a little. It's
Yeah,
not
just
detached.
natural flex of the metal. I'm feeling a little bit of a rock
There's
here.
a little rocking, a little rolling.
A little rocking, a little rolling.
Kind of warped. So the Cuisinart, as far as the ice bath, doesn't do that well.
Okay, so we have our third and final durability test here. We are going to be banging these pans 3 times each on a cinder block. This is an accelerated durability test, like Lisa was explaining with the ice test. This really tests the metal of the pans.
Line it up.
So even though this pan is really heavy,
Yeah.
we've got some denting here. Denting isn't completely the end-all be-all, but we want something that dents minimally, but it's still maneuverable. We're looking at like a fair here for Cuisinart and durability.
Definitely. 1, 2, 3.
Wow, that's pretty good. We have Le Creuset. Here we go.
1, 2, 3.
Wow,
Okay.
darn,
Yeah, I see the tiniest sign
pretty
of
good.
Wow, okay. That is not so hot compared to the last one. Definite bumps, definite little whiskers here. You see the lines, you can feel them as much as you can see them across here.
All right, so in the end, we have a winner. It did an awesome job, and we really put this thing through its paces.
And our winner is the OXO Good Grips Nonstick 12-inch Pro.
It really bested the rest for a couple reasons. I would say shape was a major factor. We like that broad cooking surface, gently flared sides.
It was easy to lift and it didn't feel like it was tugging out of our hands.
It's also, you know, it's on the less expensive side of things.
Definitely.
And with a nonstick skillet, we appreciate that. We understand that this is not a lifetime pan. You know, best case scenario, this might be a 3-year pan if you treat it really well.
Now, the one thing about this pan that you need to know, it's not induction compatible. So we do have a runner-up that is the all-clad. So for more information on our winner and all the other pans we tested, check out the links below.
Yes, and make sure to leave us your equipment questions in the comments and hit that subscribe button.